If you started a new podcast and you don't know how or even where to post and distribute, try Anchor. Anchor is a free podcasting platform that lets you record and edit from your phone and your computer. It distributes your show to all the major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, as well as many others. Once you're ready to upload, it's as easy as dragging and dropping your file, and Anchor does the rest. Once you get started, Anchor will even match you with sponsors, so you can get paid to podcast as soon as your show gets live. Go on over to anchor.fm/start or download the free Anchor app to get started today. Once again, that is anchor.fm/start or the free Anchor app to get started. Happy podcasting.
This episode is brought to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. Learn more at slashandcast.net.
Zulu Bravo, this is Solid Control. Imaging overcast, still live, so absolutely unavailable. We'll pass you to Submarine Controlling Officer this time, over.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsor of this episode, Raise Energy. Raise offers a zero sugar, no crash guaranteed product with many different flavors. They're not promising magic in a can or a miracle potion, and they're retailing for under $30 per case, while the big name brands are charging upwards of $35 or even more per case. If you're interested in trying out their product and giving us a little bit of that kickback from your purchase, use the link in the episode description and use our code, capital letters here, WCFBTS, for a 15% off discount at your checkout. Once again, that is WCFBTS for a 15% off at checkout. Thank you, Raise Energy, for sponsoring this episode and the continued support of our show, and I hope you listeners indulge yourself and get yourself a nice, clean energy drink. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of We Came From Beneath the Sea. As always, I'm your host, Bailey.
And I'm Zach.
And I'm Brandon.
Man, we are like 2 weeks away from our full year anniversary.
Crazy.
That shit.
Wow. What
insane.
episode number is this?
56.
So just slightly over that average 52 week.
Yeah, if we didn't do any bonus episodes, we would have. I think we would have had 52 episodes to make a year.
I mean, we would have ultimately done the crossover episode because, you know.
Although, I don't think we would have had 52 exactly because we did take that like 2 weeks off in December.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have been a little less than.
Right. But, you know, we're here. We're
Yeah.
pushing on. But let's go ahead and hop into our news. Not too much this week. Not like last week. That was a lot last week. But up first, Reebok is making Jurassic Park themed sneakers, and they look decent. Like I'd buy them. Like I'm not a guy that's like, "Ooh, dude, I need these fucking sneakers, man."
Yeah.
But I'd buy those.
I just want a good pair of black shoes.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all I need.
I need a new pair of black shoes. The ones I'm wearing, they're pretty old. I did recently. I don't think I told you guys. I bought a pair of Nike Air Maxes, all white ones. Like, and I hate white shoes, but I'm trying it out.
Yeah, because like if you wear all white shoes, are you like a middle-aged dad or something?
Well, no, and also like you just got to be fucking careful where you walk, and I'm not that person.
I don't know. Like all I can ever think of when I see white shoes is just middle-aged dads mowing their
white
grass.
New Balances. That's the dad shoe.
Yeah.
They gotta have like the socks that go past their ankles.
Yeah, the knee socks.
Not even the knee socks. They just gotta go past their ankles.
They gotta go past their knees.
Yeah, they got thighs on.
God, that'd be like wearing what are the leggings that girls wear? What are those called?
Fishnets or
I don't
stockings?
know. Yeah, stockings. It'd be like wearing that shit.
They've even got them clipped into their shorts.
Fuck. Yeah. But they do look pretty good. They're the ones that have the little pump on the tongue.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Pump it up.
Up next, the Cobra Kai creators. I don't know their names. And I kind of don't want to after this because they're making a movie of Ancient Aliens for Lionsgate. Yeah.
Ancient Aliens.
The show that would always come on History Channel like 10 o'clock
It's
at
that
night.
dude who does
Aliens.
Aliens.
Oh,
It's that guy.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, when History Channel was like, hey, you know what we really need? A conspiracy show about how aliens built the world.
Shit.
I mean, it's not that far-fetched.
Nah, I mean, perhaps.
Listen, NASA showed
In,
us it's
in my
real.
opinion, I don't think
Listen,
it's
there's a reason Mars is fucked up. We fucked it up.
I don't know about that, but
It's possible.
Listen, NASA showed us it's real.
yep,
Yeah,
It's real.
it was on the internet. It's real.
Okay, real quick. Did you guys ever watch that show? It used to come on Fox 59 on like Fridays and Saturdays at like midnight called Unsealed.
Yeah,
And, like alien files and shit.
Yep, I
That,
remember
that was a good show.
yeah.
They had another one. It was
That
like
show-
Unsealed
It
Conspiracies.
used to come on like late at night, right?
Real
It used
late.
to scare the shit out of me when I was
Because
a
they
kid.
had like a CGI scary ass alien.
Yeah, I
His
was like-
eyes were like that fucking big.
I
It's like-
remember seeing him and I was like,
It's like when they did like the Bigfoot shows like that, and they had like the 3D model of Bigfoot, and he looks
Yeah.
scary as shit.
Did you? A few weeks ago we talked about Lost Tapes. Did you watch Monster Quest?
A
Where
little
they would
bit.
have the really good CGI
Yeah.
like rendering of them.
Yeah, I would watch it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, so that night we talked about Lost Tapes. You know what popped up? I sent you guys the link for it. It was a little YouTube documentary about Lost Tapes.
Oh, really?
It's like no fucking shit. It's in my watch later. I need to watch it, but
I'll have to
Yeah.
watch that because, dude, I used to love that show, man.
I never heard of it until you told me
that
about
show used to freak me out. It would come on Animal Planet like at
Yeah.
fucking like 2 in the morning.
it. Right. That was the era where Animal Planet did like the dragon documentary and the mermaids documentary.
Yeah,
Listen, I watched that mermaid documentary. I was like, bro,
back when
They're real.
Animal Planet had that good shit.
they're real, bro.
yeah, I was like, like
well, the mermaid documentary proved to be debunked. That's
It
not real.
was fake to begin with.
Yeah, it was fake.
like Animal Planet, like they had some weird shit that would come on when the sun went down.
Yeah.
It
Just like
was
History
real
Channel.
Weird.
I used to love their. They did like a show where it was like top 5 like most dangerous animals in like certain parts of the world.
Right.
They used to do shit like that, and they did it like with a classification thing. Like they just like it was almost like a fighter in a video game. Like,
Yeah.
I used to love that shit.
I remember when we used to have cable for a little bit in high school. I would wake up early in the morning. I would take my shower and then I would come in because I always, for some reason, I don't know what it was. There wasn't shit on in the morning,
Yeah.
so I would go to Animal Planet and I just randomly started watching this orangutan show.
Hell yeah.
There, it was like observing these orangutans in enclosed wild and shit. And they named them. There was like fucking Henry or some shit.
Fucking
and
Henry.
Henry was a violent bastard. He really fucked shit up.
Before we continue on, do you
yeah.
remember that episode of Drake and Josh where they sold an orangutan to a guy who ate orangutans?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's my brethren right there.
Yeah, they. I'm pretty sure they removed a lot of Drake and Josh episodes for like adult content
Yeah.
or like mature content
Yeah.
on Paramount Plus. But before we continue on, mermaids. You can't tell me they don't exist. We like what is it? 97% of the ocean is unexplored.
Yeah.
You can't fucking tell me.
I mean,
There's a possibility for sure.
Also, down the road, I don't know if docu or mockumentary horror counts for podcast episodes, but we should totally cover the Bay. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it.
We can do that.
It is that shit had me fooled, and I was old enough to know not to
Yeah.
fucking believe that
it's
shit.
like Blair Witch. For
It was about like these sea lice. They're actual
I've seen
bugs,
I've seen
and like
it.
Sea
they
lice?
yeah, and they're kind of like leeches, but in the ocean. And it takes place in like 4th of July, and it like causes an infection across this city, and it's really good. Yeah, you should look at it. It's on Amazon Prime, I think, for free without ads. But yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Moving on, Waxwork Records, wonderful company. They have some pretty good vinyl pressings. They're bringing Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem soundtrack to vinyl, which I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how good the soundtrack is. But
Speaking of Rob Zombie, I think they used some of his music in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Probably.
That was the late
This
90s.
is edgy late 90s.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
Buffy started in, what, 96?
Kind of like fit into the scene because there's like these demonic biker guys who are like going to Sunnydale, and
It's
like
probably Rob Zombie and not White.
yeah,
But you
Nah.
never know. It could be White Zombie.
They used Dracula in an episode of The Flash, I think last season.
Hmm.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I mean, all that shit fits.
I mean,
in.
I didn't take the chance. I didn't get the chance to look it up, but I was
Look.
like, that sounds like Rob Zombie.
I've made it very clear that I don't like edgy.
Brandon hates the 90s.
I hate edgy 90s and early 2000s music and movies. Most of the time, anyways. But if Rob Zombie comes on, I don't mind.
Brandon's over here fucking.
Yeah, Brandon's
'cause,
like,
like-
Chucky and Bride of Chucky,
Yeah.
where Thunder Kiss 65's on.
Yeah, I'm doing the fist pump and shit.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Can't go wrong with Rob Zombie. Even
No.
like some of his more like overplayed.
Like,
shit.
he's edgy, but
Yeah, I
like
mean,
he's
like-
got some damn good music.
His filmmaking's hit or miss, but his fucking music's pretty damn good.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, Waxwork. It must be good if Waxwork is bringing that to a vinyl pressing.
I've never. Seen
I've
the
heard
movie,
Lords of
so-
Salem is one of his better movies. It's it's either you love it or you hate it kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what.
But the
mainly
people who
I've
love
heard.
it, I've heard it's pretty fucking good.
I've heard
Never
most
seen it.
people fucking hate it, but
I know quite a few people who love it.
I love House of a Thousand Corpses, and I
seen
love Devil's
I
Rejects.
think-
That's about
Have
it.
you seen Three from Hell?
Not yet. I
Three
haven't
from
seen
Hell's
Three
okay.
from Hell.
Yeah, real quick, in the ranking of the Firefly, it's House of a Thousand Corpses, Three from Hell, and then Devil's Rejects.
Mm.
I liked Three from Hell a lot. Although sadly that what's his goddamn it, Captain Spaulding. Real
Gotta
name.
take some
Sid
chicken
Haig
home
passed
to
away.
your mom before I break my foot off in your ass.
I mean, like it makes sense what they did with him, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I was just like,
He would have been in it more if he lived.
They should have fucking done this like 10 years ago.
Right.
yeah.
Fair. But up next, Alien Fireteam, the video game, it's getting a prequel novel called Aliens Infiltrator, which, not a comic book, not a graphic novel, a straight book.
A lot of games do that.
Interesting.
A
Halo.
lot of-
I have. Well, it ties in Halo 1 and Halo 2. I have like a trilogy of Halo books.
Yeah, there's a.
to tie in.
I mean, there's a lot of games and board games and shit that get like spin-off books or like prequel books.
Mhm.
Like Warhammer 40K,
Yeah.
dude. There's a fuck ton of books.
Oh, I know. I know. There's a bunch of novelizations of those.
The only one I really want is Hell's Reach.
Is that about the Black Order?
It's the Black Templars on Hell's Reach. It's got my favorite character in it. So
I'm a tank. I'm a tank. I'm a tank.
So,
I should put that in the episode description.
I'm a
Be
tank,
like,
I'm
go
a
watch
tank,
this,
tank, I'm a
please.
tank.
speaking about like, you said soundtracks coming out on vinyl.
Yeah, the Lords of Salem soundtrack.
So there's a good company that I've bought a few cassette tapes from called TerrorVision Records. They just recently uploaded on their website, I believe it's just terrorvision.com, the Gate from 1987's soundtrack on cassette and vinyl. So if you
Are you
like the
buying
Gate and you like the soundtrack, because I bought the cassette earlier because I liked the Gate. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
You even have a cassette player.
No, not yet.
They
I'm
sell them
going-
at Walmart.
They sell them on Amazon too. Like you can get like the little portable ones and shit.
Brad's gonna be at work like with a fake Walkman. Just-
But like I'm trying to get cassette tapes, and I'm eventually gonna get a cassette player because cassettes are a little cheaper than CDs.
You should
and,
look into one of the like Evil Dead era cassette players.
Yeah. Evil Dead era.
The
1980.
big ass like tape recorder thing.
I think I said this on the podcast about a month ago. One of the guys I'm on Facebook with, he also has a podcast. It's called what is his? I can't remember. I will link it in the description because I can't remember. His name's TJ Bowser. It's pretty big in the horror community. He bought it's like the exact version of I think it's a Panasonic tape recorder, tape player. And he has it up in his office, and it's pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's massive.
Yeah. That's all you had to say about the cassette
Yeah,
tape?
I figured since you mentioned one, I was like, well, they just did
Fuck
this
it.
today.
We'll do it live. Yeah. But up next, Amazon is remaking Goodnight Mommy. I don't remember what country that was originally released in, but it's a pretty fucking terrifying horror movie. We're
Yeah.
getting an English adaptation of it.
Which I could go either way.
Right. Usually, horror remakes, and I guarantee it'll be shot for shot. Like
would
Funny
hope.
Games, is a terrifying movie, both in its original and the English version, because
Yeah.
it's shot for shot. And
It's also like Let Me In.
yeah,
it's
Let Me
like-
In was a really good. Well, I don't think that one was shot for shot, but pretty close.
It was similar.
I prefer the American version,
I don't.
but Let the Right One In is still a very good vampire movie.
Let the Right One In is better.
What country was that
in my
made in?
opinion. I think
Germany?
it's French.
French.
Let me double check that.
I thought it was German, but yeah,
French or Norwegian.
I saw the English one first with Chloe Grace Moretz, and I can't remember the
Which,
kid.
like, that movie's not bad.
Mm-mm.
It's not by any means. I think it's decent for like American audiences, but Let the Right One In
It is a good
a
movie.
better experience.
Is that the one where like the vampire kid's like outside the window and he's all like, Seth, let me in, or something like that?
Talk about the
Or is that
American one or the
something
original
else? I've seen one of them. It sounds familiar.
Well, pretty much in the American one, Chloe Grace Moretz comes up to his door and is like, "Hey, can you let me in?" Because vampires have to be invited in.
Can you let me in, bro?
And like, I really like in the American one, this kid's obsessed with the Now and Later song, so he sings it like the entire movie.
Save some now, save some for later.
I think I've seen that.
It's pretty good. We should cover them both eventually on the pod.
Swedish film.
We were both wrong.
Swedish.
Sweden, yeah. Yeah, we're getting a Good Night Mommy adaptation. Saw, the original 2004 movie, is getting a physical 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray in May, and I'm pretty excited for that.
I'm gonna have to scoop that.
I need to get either I need to hurry up and save my money and get a PS5 because that has a 4K player in it, or I need to just buy a 4K Blu-ray player.
Don't you also need like a 4K TV for?
You don't
that to
need
even-
one, but for the best quality, obviously,
I
yeah,
see.
you would need a 4K TV as well.
Wow.
But last up, lost prototype of a canceled Dreamcast Castlevania game called Castlevania Resurrection has been found. And it looked alright. Dreamcast. Something else.
Dude, that game console failed bad.
Miserably. That's Sega, right?
Yeah, it's Sega Dreamcast. Kiss my
Easy.
dream ass. That's what Donkey.
You
would
watch
say.
Scott the Woz, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Hasn't he done the Dreamcast?
Oh yeah, he's done all that shit. He's brilliant. Him and Donkey, probably my favorite people to
keeps
watch
that
with
motherfucking thing
Donkey's
on
been
it.
posting some weird fucking shit.
Yeah, he's been posting some weird shit. I've been kind of out of his loop for a
Yeah,
minute.
I haven't watched any of his videos in a while.
But Scott the Woz, I tend to watch his
Scott the
shit.
Woz is more like history episodes.
Yeah, his is more like game evolution, but he still finds time to make humor.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
He's funny.
really good.
Hubert. He's pretty funny. But yeah, that's all the news we got this week, unless you guys got anything else to add.
No.
Well, without further ado, Zach is going to lead us through the movie of the week, which is Prom Night from 1980.
And look, we know there are fucking sequels.
We're not
get
doing
to
a
those
franchise
eventually.
breakdown. Aren't there like 5 sequels to this movie?
Well, there's this
There's
one.
at least 3 of these.
There's 3 sequels to this,
And
and
the
then there's the
remake.
remake. So yeah,
Which,
We don't talk about
personally, I do enjoy the
Of
remake.
course you do.
I do!
Big fucking surprise.
Man,
seen
fuck you! I like this movie too. This is the first time I saw it.
I haven't seen the remake.
Remake's just not for me.
Is it a garbage early 2000s?
Actually,
film?
it's late 2000. It came out in 2008, 2009, 2008.
okay, but is it garbage?
No, actually, I like it. You know Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect, or Would You Rather?
No.
If I showed you a picture of her, you'd know she's in it. She plays the main character.
Yeah.
If it's not Kat Dennings, I don't give a
Although
shit.
for a long time I misremembered and I thought Hayden Panettiere was the main character.
Wow.
I could that's a fucking what's the thing? The Mandela effect. That's the thing that's been with me for a while.
Wow.
Wow. All right, Zach, go ahead.
All right, this movie came out July 18th, 1980. Estimated budget is $1,500,000.
Now we talking 1980. That's cheap.
Yeah. It's pretty good, though.
They did have some nice shit in here. Like the camera work was amazing. Though,
I bet
so
most of
they
that
spent
budget,
money.
most of the budget went towards Wendy's car and
Yeah.
that fucking prom. That's
And
what-
Jamie Lee Curtis.
And probably Jamie Lee.
And Leslie Nielsen. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
I straight up I looked at the cast and saw, and I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
The GOAT himself
He
was the
probably
Nielsen.
got top billing too, because at this point Jamie Lee Curtis is still kind of new.
Yeah.
You know, So yeah, he
Rest
probably
in
got
peace,
top
Leslie Nielsen.
billing. Yeah.
All right. So, for one, this is directed by Paul Lynch. That name sounds familiar. What else has he done?
Well, Joe Lynch, I don't know if they're related, but the only Lynch I know that makes movies is Joe Lynch, or David Lynch, who made Twin Peaks.
I don't know if they're related.
They might be, but I don't know.
I got some fun facts I'll dish out here. The line, "It's not who you come with, it's who takes you home," is in all of the movies.
They're in high school. Why are you going home with people?
They're 16-year-old hormone bombs. What do you expect, bro?
Stop fucking each other!
So Paul Lynch, I don't know, this is just Wikipedia. But it said he did The Hard Part Begins, Blood and Guts, Prom Night, Humongous, Cross Country, Blindside, Flying, Bullies, On the
Like
Prowl.
The Blind Side, the 2010 movie with
No,
Sandra
this is
Bullock?
1986.
Oh.
He's done a lot of shit. Like I said, I don't know if this is like all him like directing or if he wrote.
It's probably
produced.
producing and directing. And
Yeah, it's all mixed in. But none of this shit looks familiar to me.
This movie was shot over 24 days in Ontario, Canada, which, we'll get into that in another episode.
Canadian tax breaks.
Yep, that's right. Let's see. Jamie Lee Curtis did all of her own stunts at the ending of this movie.
Wow.
I mean, there wasn't.
Wasn't really much. She
There wasn't much
needed
stunt
to do.
work.
Yeah.
I feel like that is only brought up because they didn't need to hire a stunt double.
I feel like they, they mixed it up and said she did all of her own stunts by meaning that she did all of her own dancing.
Yeah. Well, she yeah.
She
Listen,
fucking
bro,
tore it up. In
She
this
busts a
movie.
move in this movie.
So this movie was originally rated PG, but everybody's like, nobody's gonna go see a PG-rated slasher film, so they upped the violence and got it to an R rating.
The people who made
If you say
Tourist
Motel
Trap.
Hell, I swear to God.
the people who made Tourist Trap would disagree because if you make a PG-13 or rated PG slasher,
Well, PG-13 doesn't exist at this
yeah,
point.
they'll play it on TV and you get money.
On television.
That's what Tourist Trap did. They made some pretty good money doing that. So shut the hell up, Paul.
Shut
Lynch,
your
or whatever
fucking
your name
mouth.
is.
Originally, Paul Lynch wanted to do a movie about a psychotic gynecologist.
Okay.
I'm glad he went with Prom Night. It's also famous for being one of the only slashers that have a sympathetic killer. Like, you feel pretty bad for him. Which, you do. You feel like shit.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Not the movie. I'm talking about like his situation.
I don't think a lot of people love on this movie as much as they should. I personally think. I know this movie's really hit and miss.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to front load it too much. I didn't love or hate this movie. I thought it could definitely be better.
Yeah.
But I don't think that when you talk about slashers on a big stage, I don't think that this one should be up there. I think that there's a certain something that holds it back, and we'll get into it more. But
We'll walk in through this. We start up with some creepy-ass kids.
Mm-hmm.
Some Children of the Corn bullshit. They're in an abandoned...
Nah, forget you. This is Village of the Damned bullshit.
Oh, okay, sorry. My bad.
Ever seen that movie?
Yes, I
It's a
have.
pretty good movie.
Nah, it's not bad. They're playing fucking hide and seek. Some bullshit like made-up hide and seek clone in an abandoned mental asylum.
Listen, were there that many abandoned buildings back then
looked
that
like a
children just
school
fucking
to me.
played in them?
Apparently.
was it a mental asylum or was it a school?
I think it was
They
like,
mentioned
it
an
looked like
asylum.
just an abandoned building. I don't know
Yeah, I
what
mean,
it
'cause
was.
I don't know. I thought I saw lockers, so I thought it was a school. I don't know.
My money's on an abandoned asylum.
My
so
money's
that's what I'm
just
gonna
on a
call it.
fucking empty building. I don't know what it was.
Listen, it's a mansion.
I don't have any fucking horses in this race.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know you horse race, but all right.
Okay, stupid.
So yeah, they're playing this shit where like they're calling out killers coming and they count to like 50 and they go hide and shit.
Better than hide and seek, I will say.
It's a weird.
It's
game.
just hide and seek. That's literally all it is.
Killer's coming!
I'm coming for you, bitch.
Yeah, and these kids are so fucking annoying. Dude.
So we get
Yeah.
so these kids are running to hide. One of them, whose name is Nick, he's a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He crawls out and he's onto like on the the outside of the building, like on the roof, hiding.
Yep.
And 3 other kids walk up whose names are Kim, Alex, and Robin. Robin wants to go play with these kids. But Alex tries to tell her, you don't want to be part of that gang. All right, you don't want that
You don't want this.
Robin and Alex are definitely twins.
There's actually a cut scene from the movie that explains that they're twins.
Yeah, because they're. I figured it because they're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
But they're definitely twins.
Yeah.
There's an extended scene later on. It's not in the theatrical cut of the movie, but it explains that they were twins.
Yeah.
So Robin says, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go play with these kids." She goes in there, and she finds Nick, and Nick gets mad because he gets found. He gets found out by the other kids, who are Kelly, Wendy, Jude, and then of course Nick.
There's always that one kid that gets pissed off that he got found in hide and seek.
I used to hate that shit. I'm like, bro, go fucking hide somewhere else. I was here first. So the rest of the gang shows up, and they all start kind of picking on Robin.
Yeah.
They get her, they like circle her, and they just keep saying, killer's coming, and kill, and all this shit.
It's so annoying.
And they start shoving her. So I'm like, you little bitches. I even wrote it down. I was like, these kids are fucking assholes.
Yeah, like they keep
Bring
saying,
back some unpleasant memories for you, Zach.
They keep saying. They keep
I will
saying.
run your fade so fast.
They keep saying kill, kill, kill. I'm like, shut the fuck up before I call CPS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't think CPS existed at this point,
they
bro.
keep
Fuck
pushing
them
Robin,
kids.
and they
They
keep
do
pushing.
in my mind.
And they get her back close to a window, and they're like, kill! And then Robin goes flying out the fucking window.
Which, like, did y'all kids who were in front not see that shit and to be like, hey, whoa.
Bro, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they were really invested in freaking this girl
Listen,
out.
I don't know what this said to me as a child. I was that kid to be like, hey, bro, you should probably stop back.
Robin's dead.
Yeah, straight up.
She fell on a bed of glass and
I
died.
just need JR broken in half.
I'm like, this poor kid. I'm like, nobody deserves that shit.
That kid had a family.
Nobody deserves that shit. That's fucked up, man. And then instead of like going home to tell their parents or like go to the police, they're like, bro, we can't.
This
say
is what
nothing.
pisses me off as like a fucking horror fan, because you see it and like, well, and I know what you did last summer. They kind of had a good reason not to go to the police, but this was purely accidental, bro.
Yeah, and
They
not only
had
that,
no good
they're
reason
kids.
not to go to the police.
What, I know what you did last summer?
They should have just.
Well, they were drunk and drunk driving.
Who cares at that point, except the consequences of your actions?
Well, yeah. But they're fucking children. It was an accident. That one chick's like, no.
No, we murdered her.
Wendy,
We're going to jail.
Wendy's like, if you snitch, you get a stitch.
Yeah, she's like, do you want us to go to jail? And
Like,
everybody's like, bro, I don't want to go
Bro,
to jail.
aren't you like 7 years old?
You're
Aren't
not
you
gonna
like
go to jail.
Aren't you like an actual fucking infant?
You're gonna
bro?
have therapy,
Like,
probably.
Go to the fucking police. You probably could have saved that kid if y'all weren't fucking pussyfooting around and arguing.
No, that kid's fucking dead.
that kid's fucking
mean,
Robin
dead.
is dead.
She fell from what? 2, maybe 3 stories.
But she landed on like glass. She bled out probably just like that.
She got stabbed.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So
She had
the
cuts.
scene cuts and it just comes back to Robin. She's just like, just fine.
Yeah,
She's got the
Wendy,
wind knocked out of her.
Wendy stabbed her.
So it kind of, what I took this as, it cuts kind of later that night. We see our detective guy, which who gives a fuck about the cops in this movie? Seriously,
Yeah, they're pretty bad police.
they're so
like,
fucking.
it was the fucking escaped mental guy.
They're
And I was
so
like,
fucking shoehorned in. It
was Cropsy.
it was Cropsy.
Which, like, by the way, that whole subplot it was thrown in towards the end of production.
What?
The whole thing with like the burnt, disfigured killer guy who escapes and like the whole cop thing. It's dumb and I hate
Just shoehorned in.
it. I fucking hate it. But they haul Robin's body away. They get her in like an ambulance, and her parents are there, and the kids are there. And then it jumps 6 years later. We're at Robin's grave. It's some morbid, sad shit.
Yeah.
We see Kim and Alex. They're all grown up.
They got a Jufro.
They both got Jufros. They look good though.
I
They
had
used
a Jufro.
They used a whole can of hairspray to perk that up.
Listen, I don't know about your guys' moms. My mom had 5 sisters, and they kept Aquanet in fucking business.
Oh yeah. So did my mother.
My mom said, well, her Aquanet, I don't remember what color, I think it was the yellow one, she said that shit smelled like straight fucking beer. Just
why would you put it
aerosolized
in
beer.
your hair?
So Alex and Kim and their mother and father are paying their respects, which their father is fucking Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. We forgot.
I wish my dad was Leslie fucking Nielsen.
Dude, same.
The man's is in The Naked Gun.
I mean,
He's in Creep Show. He's
Also
all
in
kinds of shit.
superhero
it's
movies.
also kind of crazy, too, because, like, this is, like, one of the only serious roles I've ever seen.
Listen, this is 1980, and he still looks old.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like Steve Martin. Like, Steve Martin always looks old.
Well,
Steve Martin went gray in like his 30s.
Yeah,
Well,
he
I
had
think
like the
he's-
genetic gray hair disease or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a disease.
My all-time
bad,
favorite
but-
Leslie Nielsen moment is in superhero movie. Don't forget the bitches.
Don't
And
forget
the, I raised you like a father would. I wiped your ass like a father. I even slept with your mother, just like your father.
I love.
God damn.
I can't remember which scary movie it is. They're like in the White House, and he starts fucking fist fighting everybody.
It's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like with the aliens. It's like they could be anywhere.
And then they show him how they pissed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, me too."
Oh my god, dude.
Or no, and then when he's introduced in that movie, he's reading the book like George W. Bush during 9/11. Oh my god! I need to rewatch that fucking movie, dude.
God, man, Leslie Nielsen's the goat. That's all y'all need to know. So we get kind of cut back to the houses of the fuck. What is there? Is it Hammonds? Is that their last name?
I can't remember.
I don't remember what it is.
Let
Not
me
very
Google
important.
it.
But we cut back to the house with Alex and Kim. They're kind of sitting at the table, kind of taking jabs at each other. You know, like
Siblings
do. They're talking about prom a little bit.
Yeah,
And she's kind of teasing Alex about not having a date.
it is
He's
Hammond.
I'm working sound.
It's Hammond? Yeah.
Hammond.
Yeah, I'm working the sound booth. Yeah,
She's like, that's not romantic.
yeah.
You fucking bitch.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis sounds just like that.
Yep.
She smokes 18 packs.
She calls
A
him a
day.
I
bitch.
wouldn't put it back.
Every
Yep,
other
calls him a
sentence.
bitch.
I do believe this is the time she actually started her like opioid addiction.
Mm.
She was addicted to opiates for a long, long time.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But we cut around now to one of the kids who murdered Robin. Her name is Jude. She gets a very strange phone call.
And the dude's like tapping his pencil, like, Jude.
Jude, can you come out to
You know what? We never released this episode, but it sounds like the guy from Christmas or New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
Evil.
So Jude doesn't think anything of it. She just hangs up. That's it. No nothing like that.
Yeah,
Her
she-
mom asks like what's going on. She's like, just got a weird call. Don't know what it is. She walks outside and we see the biggest fucking nerd I've ever seen in a movie.
In the
ever.
van.
But goddamn
The
it, I
dude-
love him.
But I love him.
Should I
Damn it.
dress like that for Halloween? Because I can get my hair to look like that.
No. His name is Seymour, but everybody calls him Slick. He rolls up in this big ass fuck van.
It's a
pretty much what
shaggin'
it
wagon.
is. It's a shaggin' wagon.
It's his older brother.
I was watching this with my girlfriend earlier, and she was painting volleyballs for awards later this week
Yeah.
because her club's almost over.
Yeah.
And I go, "Hey babe, can we get one of those?" She goes, "Absolutely the fuck not. I hate shag carpet." And I'm like, "Oh." Honestly, my girlfriend would do van life. She
Bro, I would
she
get a
renovate
shaggin'
van.
wagon.
I
I'd
would
cruise
too.
around in a shaggin' wagon.
Krista
what?
just
Fuck
texts
it.
you
We're
and
all
like,
getting
no.
one.
Yeah, we're done. Sorry. And then we cut to Seymour offers Jude a lift, and she's like, I don't get in cars or strange guys.
But then she's like, "Don't you run over the girls?" She says, "Only the ugly ones." I'm like,
Okay, so you know
Jude's
what?
like, that's it. I'm in the van. Let's go.
it's like, "That's it. I'm sold."
He's kind of cool, but kind of creepy.
He's 80s cool, but
He's like the.
he's 80s cool, but modern day, he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
He's got moves. All right. This is the 80s.
He got
moves.
game.
He got game. Then we cut to the other one, who's Kelly. She gets a call.
That's
Kelly
the weirdest call.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
She freaks out about it though.
Yeah.
But she gets surprised by her boyfriend, whose name I think is Drew.
Yeah. I thought her boyfriend was Kim's brother.
They look very similar. It's
Yeah.
the Jufro.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
Also,
got
this
one.
movie, especially at this point, it feels more like Black Christmas than what Halloween did for the slasher genre.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I feel like there's definitely some Black Christmas inspiration here.
Mm-hmm.
But we cut now to Nick because like Drew and Kelly just leave. They just go to school.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't answer the fucking phone.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Don't worry,
Him
Dad,
is-
it's my phone." His dad's also the police chief or
Yeah, the lieutenant or whatever.
Is any of the guy at the end that goes to shoot the killer?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they just leave, and then he says he asks about Wendy, who's our next person, and And he's like, yeah, I broke up with her a long time ago. Wendy only hears what she likes to hear. And he asks who's taking her to the prom. He's like, I'm taking Mr. Hammonds' daughter, who Leslie Nielsen is the principal of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
That would be
says-
so awkward
Jamie
having
Lee
your dad
Curtis
as a
is-
principal.
Jamie Lee Curtis is his daughter.
He says a really weird thing that, like, I mean, I guess if, like, a father and son talk, I guess you would say, but, like, he says, yeah, I wish I had your women problems, or your woman problems.
And they
Kind of like,
laugh.
okay.
Looks at your father. Are you and mom okay?
Well, like, first of all, okay. So, not to, like, really fuck with this, what's his name, Nick?
Nick.
This guy does not look like
This
he
is the
would have
coolest
women
guy in
problems.
school. Are you serious?
The 80s were a different fucking
Bro,
time.
He's
See-
wearing a fucking sweater around his neck, too.
Bro, Seymour has a better chance
Yeah.
of being the coolest guy.
I would believe that over him.
So he does answer the phone because he thinks it's Wendy, because him and Wendy dated. And
Yeah.
They ended up pretty bad on some bad ice. So there you go. We cut to this bullshit subplot about a bandaged crazy guy who they think killed Robin
Yeah.
So
all those
stupid.
years ago. That he escaped
They
the
literally
mental
have
ward.
no goddamn proof.
His name is Leonard Murch. He kidnapped a nurse and took her car. So now they're like, God damn it. So they call in like the fucking stupid ass like psychiatrist guy later on. I can't.
It's so dumb.
I-
Like you said,
I
it
don't
feels
like
like something they put in last minute.
It's so dumb. But I
Like,
mean,
shit, we need to fill out some runtime.
I guess you throw a couple of red herrings in and you know, get
It's
it
the
figured
formula.
out. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And then we get to Wendy. We find out that, like, first off, that Leonard Murch killed the nurse, and they find out he's back in town.
Right.
In that same building that Robin
Took
was
her
in,
car.
and and they took her. He
He stole her
all
car.
that shit. Now we cut to Wendy. Wendy gets the call.
I want to say something. The killer's like, Wendy still like playing fucking games.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe Scream got some inspiration from this too.
Probably.
See, I said that. I said that off mic. I was like, I feel like a lot of I said it for the killer though. Like I feel like the killer is such a klutz. I feel like that went in towards like the making of Ghostface too. Like he's kind of a klutz.
Yeah, he's sort of goofy and tripping up on
I
his
didn't
own
even-
legs and shit.
I didn't even think about the phone call thing with
Yeah.
that. That's actually that's a good point.
But
to bring
yeah,
up.
like he says, still like playing games, but he says it aggressively. So I
Yeah.
put the fucking in there. Like, still like playing fucking games. It's time to play the game.
oh no,
It's Triple H on the other end of the line.
yep.
Straight up.
You see my dog, but anyway, Wendy just says fuck that. Just like yeah, fuck off, creep. Hangs up the phone, grabs her shit. I'm pretty sure she lives with her grandma because if
Yeah,
that's her
'cause
mom, she's old as
Her
fuck.
grandma looks like Aunt B from the Andy Griffith
Yeah.
show. She's like, "Who was that?"
What was
She's like, "How the hell should I know?"
yeah. And gets in this smoking fucking orange ride.
Oh, it's
Don't
so
know what
good.
model of car it
I
is,
don't
but
know,
it's
but
Hold on, let me
beautiful.
go. Kim, right?
Huh?
Kim's car?
Wendy's
No,
car.
Wendy.
Wendy's car.
And she just fucking peels out of the driveway and it heads to
It's
school.
loud as fuck too, which I hate loud cars. But I don't know. I think I would like reinstall a new muffler for that thing. 'Cause
Gotta
that
have
thing's
one. It's
fucking
straight
nice.
pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
Pretty
going.
nice. So now we get a hallway scene. We got Kim, Kelly, and I think Jude. No, I don't think Jude's there.
It's the blonde girl.
It's the blonde lady.
I can't remember her
think
name.
of her name. I wrote her
She's
name
just
down.
kinda- She's just kind of there.
I wrote
She
it
looks like she's 40 years old.
down.
playing-
Vicky. Vicky is her name.
Yeah, Vicky looks like she's 40, but she's supposed to be playing like a 17 to 18-year-old.
And those are Kim's best friends. They're walking down the hallway, and we meet the big mook fuck Lou.
He literally gropes Kim,
Yeah, grabs her ass.
and
And
she
then-
like laughs it off. I was like, that would not be the case today.
No.
It would be very bad.
That's sexual
Wendy's car is a
assault.
1973 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray C3.
Like Lou would go to jail
Yeah,
in
Lou
less
would be in
than 10
prison.
minutes.
So yeah, we meet Lou. He's the douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, every movie's got one.
He would go to jail, and rightfully so. You can't just go up doing shit like that. But like,
Yeah.
it's just it goes to show you the '80s was a very different time.
So as they're walking down the hall, Wendy is talking to Nick, and she sees Kim and kisses Nick, and Nick's like, "Bro, I swear, it I didn't do it, bro.
It was me.
It's like this color, right?
Yeah, that's it. And
Hers is like topless, right?
That's probably
Yeah.
a
The
convertible.
The
Yeah,
car,
it's hard.
not her.
Wendy's
Whoa.
not topless.
whoa, wish she was, but that's a different story.
What?
She's the hottest one
She
in this
is the hottest one. I'm just gonna say it.
movie. So yeah, we got that. But you know, she kind of gives Nick a hard time
Just
as
like
she's
that.
walking. Yes, we've established. Yes, that's the car, Bailey.
You fucking.
I do like the luggage rack on the back.
Yeah, it is nice.
Nice rack.
Nice, right?
Nice car rack.
So yeah, we get. Made me lost my fucking place. Goddamn.
Got it.
So Wendy kisses Nick. Nick's like, you know, it wasn't my fault. I did do it. And Kim kind of gives him a hard time about it. But you know, she's just fucking with him. She knows that Wendy's crazy, and she's not really that hurt about it. And then we cut to the fucking police again, looking for Leonard Murch. Which who cares? They find the nurse's dead
They
body.
needed to fill out some runtime.
Yeah, they
Give
just
him a break.
and then they speculate like what Murch is, why he come back, revenge against them, revenge against the town. Who fucking know? Who cares?
knows?
Seriously, who fucking cares?
There's like a scene. I think it's a little bit later on, but you see like the busted up blue
yeah,
VW
it's
bug
driving.
Mhm.
driving by the school
Yeah,
at one point.
yeah,
I was like, But at the same time, when we talk about this a little more, I'll get into more of like my thing on why this is kind of stupid.
yeah.
Because really, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't tie into the integral plot of what's going
Yeah.
on here.
Right.
I hate the faggots in this movie. I just don't care about it, to be honest. So we come back to the school, and Jamie Lee walks into the. I'm just gonna call her Jamie Lee.
You might as
Call it
well.
a day. She walks into the gymnasium, and she just starts fucking dancing, bro. She's
I mean,
breaking it down.
She's got the moves.
Break it down, bitch.
And then Wendy shows up, and I put in my notes, Wendy, you bitch.
Yeah.
So she shows up, and we get the line, it's not who you come with, it's who takes you home. You know, she's giving Jamie Lee some shit.
I was like, Wendy, take me home, please, bro.
But, you know, it cuts away again, and we get some pictures getting ripped out of the yearbook.
Yeah. Heavy
Which is-
breathing and, you know, typical slasher shit, you know?
Yeah. So the pictures that get ripped out are Wendy's, Nick's, Kelly's, and Jude's.
So you basically, okay, so I'll go ahead and say this. So you know that the killer was around when Robin died.
was killed.
So it was
yeah.
someone who was tied into that somehow, some way. So that just straight up tells you it's not the escaped mental guy. And we get introduced to, like, the creepy janitor.
Yeah.
It's not him either.
Yeah, it's they throw out these two red herrings like, bro, it could be one of these. And then
It's
it turns
straight up
out
not.
Yeah.
It's not. How
Well,
could it be?
We'll get into who it is at the end and why it makes more sense that way.
Mhm.
But so then we cut to the cafeteria. Kelly and Kim and Vicky are getting food. Lou's being an asswipe and wears this mask and goes in and like kisses Kim with the mask on,
It's so
which is
bad.
so fucked up.
Yeah.
And Alex is like, "Oh, why would you do that?" And comes over and starts beating the fuck out of Lou.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's in the right for that.
Yeah.
You know, I just need Tom Hanks to show
You
up at some
can't-
point. Or who's Lou?
You can't go around groping women and forcefully kissing them.
Yeah,
Even if it is the 80s, okay?
there's no excuse.
Even
No-
I mean,
no
there's no excuse with even if it is the 80s. Don't assault people.
No excuse.
Don't be a fucking asshole.
Don't be a fuckhead.
So the teacher shows up and takes them both to the principal's office. Who, again, we said the principal is Kim and Alex's father.
Leslie Nielsen.
Our boy Leslie Nielsen, and he pretty much tells Lou to get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, you saying I'm picking favorites? He's like, you're right.
You're right. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And then he tells Alex to go to the nurse and come back and talk. So we're back to the fucking detectives trying to figure out what's going on with Leonard Murch. Seriously, who gives a fuck? I just don't care.
It's not him.
I just don't
It's
fucking
not
care.
Leonard Murch.
And then we cut back to Nick and Kim. They're walking kind of outside campus.
Mhm.
And, you know, Kim's kind of explaining to Nick about, you know, today was Robin's day. This is the anniversary of her death. And she's kind of feeling the feels.
They're
you
like
know?
over, like, like it's the bluffs, right?
Yeah, it's like a cliffside.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then again, it's Canada.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Canada.
in My Bloody Valentine, there's also hella bluffs in
Yeah.
that movie. So I like the scenery and
I must just like
Canada.
Canadian slasher films. That must
Yeah.
be what it is.
it must
'Cause
must be what it is.
I fucking love this movie.
Americans
and I love,
do it the cheap, stupid way.
Yeah. So then Nick kind of has a moment where like he wants to tell Kim about Robin's death, but he doesn't. Like a piece of shit, mind you.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you know how I'm taking you to the prom and everything. We're gonna be prom king and prom queen. You know,
I had something to do with your sister's death,
Yeah.
but anyway, you know,
and
like
I, you know, me being a responsible person now. I mean, he ultimately seems like a good guy. It's just
Yeah.
there's that one thing.
he
you
should
know.
have told her that shit a long time ago.
So they could have, you know, worked some shit out.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Nick has to go to class, so he isn't able to tell Kim about Robin. And then we see Lou and Wendy. They pull up to like a little like drive-in fast food
Yeah, it
joint.
looks like Mel's over there.
Yeah, straight up. That's what I put down too.
They pulled up to Mel's drive-in.
But yeah, Mel's Driving's a local drive-in spot here in town.
It's really good too.
Yeah.
And they're scheming to ruin the prom for Kim and Nick.
Which they're kind of setting them up to look like red herrings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
not as heavy though as like the
it works
guy.
better than the fucking
Right.
the
Leonard guy.
two, the Leonard guy and the fucking janitor.
Yeah.
like
But
whose name is Sykes? The janitor is
Sykes, yeah.
Mr. Sykes.
he looks like what's it? David Cross in Scary Movie 2 in the wheelchair with the
Yeah.
comb over.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he looks like.
It's true. It's what.
Like he has like the same like facial hair and everything. It's just his hair is not as Crypt Keeper like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we come back to school, and Kim and I think Jude are playing tennis. Or it's Kim and Vicky are playing tennis.
Yeah, they're on like the tennis team or whatever.
Yeah, and the gym teacher, who's very sophisticated for a gym teacher, I'm not gonna lie.
She's so uptight.
Vicky, come over here now. Like, what? So they're about to leave, and Vicky looks over at Mr. Sykes, who's like cleaning up some trash,
The
and
creepy
goes,
janitor guy.
"Yeah," and goes, "Hey, Sykes," and then moons him.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
That's some bare ass. It's just there.
Which
With that
Vicky's like
information.
I
Bald
said,
bare ass.
Vicky, like I said, she also looks like she's like 40, which I understand
Yeah.
that's what they did back in the 80s because you can't use real
Yeah.
teens if you want them to like get naked and get killed and shit. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it just like pick people who looks the part at least.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
like Jamie Lee Curtis at this point, she looked like she could be senior in high school. You
for
know?
sure. Yeah.
And the other kids did too. It's just this one girl. She looks like she's like the director's wife or something.
Yeah, straight up, probably. So we cut to the girls' locker room. They're talking about prom and shit. Wendy opens her locker and finds her yearbook photo in it with a glass shard attached to it.
Through the neck.
Yeah. And you're like, holy shit.
Is that a threat?
Yeah, and like
Is that a threat?
she looks over at like this random girl and she's like, "Did you do this?" She's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
How could you do this to me?
So she storms out. And so it's just Kim and Vicky, or no, it's Kim and somebody in the locker. I don't know. At this point.
What's the one girl's name? The girl with
Is it Kelly?
Kelly, yeah.
Kelly, yeah. She's the nervous one.
She's the nervous one who's all like, "My boyfriend wants to score, but I don't know."
Yeah. She's like, I think I'm going to let him. So they're in there talking, and then all of a sudden they hear glass shatter. And they're like, holy shit, what was that? So they go and investigate. They even go outside to see like somebody's running away. There's nobody there. They go back to the mirrors. The mirrors in the girls' locker room are shattered, but there's a piece of glass missing from the mirror. It's a
big ass shard.
very noticeable chunk missing. And they're like, holy
It's about the
shit.
size of a typical kitchen knife or something.
Yeah. So now we cut to the prom rehearsal. Everybody's there. Alex, Kim, Nick, the very sophisticated gym teacher.
And like some random teacher,
Yeah, some random dude.
he's like probably like, I don't know, the vice principal or some shit.
My question is, why is the gym teacher the one setting up prom?
I don't fucking know. Like, shouldn't they have like the
Isn't
music
there like a
teacher?
committee, like a fucking board of committee people
yeah,
that do
something
that?
like that? Because like, wasn't it? Who set up our fucking prom? That's probably impossible to figure out.
Student leadership, I think.
Something like that. And so now we get the rest of our pieces of shit who killed Robin, Jude and Kelly. They both find their pictures with glass shards in them as well, in their lockers.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, holy shit.
I feel like in ways they're kind of making you think it could be Kim.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also ways where you're like, nah, it's not Kim.
Nah.
Because when the glass shattered, she was there. She didn't do it, obviously.
Right.
You know? So it couldn't be her.
It's very mysterious
Yeah.
up until like the last little bit. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, the police are still on this whole fucking Leonard merch thing. They're like, we'll have to check the school because of prom. It's like,
So
it's
stupid.
You guys got
Beating a dead
breathalyzed at our
horse.
prom, right?
Yeah.
Going in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going out, but going
It was
in.
just in, yeah.
I would have laughed. Just comes out.
They pat you down, too, if I remember.
Yeah, if they see some shit in your pocket, they'll pat you down.
Yeah.
No
But,
flasks.
So everybody getting ready for prom. Everybody.
Kids, grandma.
Everybody
everybody.
getting ready.
All 20 people getting ready for prom.
We kind of we cut to the Hammond's household. Kim is getting ready. So is Alex. Kim's parents are leaving because they're leaving early to go there because they're kind of the
Chaperone.
Yeah, chaperones. So they're leaving to go. Alex says that Kim almost looks like a woman.
Damn.
I like the jabs between them. I actually genuinely like their sibling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty believable.
Chemistry there. I think
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And Lou is taking Wendy to the prom.
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof. He's also got two dipshits in the back of the car with him. Also, Wendy is smoking in her prom dress.
Oh, yeah. She's got, like, this red, sparkly dress.
Oh, yeah, bud.
It's really good.
Yeah, so I'll go one bud.
Fucking doofus and his friends pull up and shit. And he says, my suit's in the trunk. But when they get there, it's just it's a blazer, and he's got a fucking bow tie on. He's
Yeah.
got the same white T-shirt.
Yeah, and he's wearing jeans.
He's so stupid.
Did anybody wear the tuxedo T-shirt to our prom?
I don't know.
I would have.
Probably.
I would have been that guy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Krista
like
wouldn't let you do that.
No, she would kick my
looking
ass.
back at it, because prom for me was kind of a waste,
Yeah.
and I spent way too much money, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Even if I would have been the only
What
guy.
color
I'd been
tux
like,
you wear to prom, Brandon?
It was a black one, but I had light blue.
Accents?
Is that what
Like
they
the tie and the
No.
shirt? Yeah,
call it?
that
Tie
accents
and,
your
like,
stuff.
The little handkerchief thing.
Yeah.
The shirt was white. I think, yeah, it was white.
Yeah.
I went junior year. It was blue, I think, and then senior year was like a rose gold color.
Yeah.
See,
Which I really like my.
Yeah,
senior
your
year
senior
one.
year
It was
prom
good.
was
I'm not trying
Yeah.
to bum anybody out who may be listening, but I had a girl lined up to go with, and I was going to match her color, but then she canceled, and so I picked my own color.
Yeah.
So I was
As
like,
Brandon
you
was
should.
like, I want
At-
that one.
at the I was like, because at this point I had already paid for the fucking
Yeah.
tickets, and I was like,
That was like $80.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, and they're non-refundable. You literally have to go sell your shit to somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
They don't take.
Scalping prom tickets
Yeah,
at the door.
Straight up.
And so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just go and hang out with friends. And so I picked the light blue because at the time that was like my favorite.
Did you even
color.
sell that
though.
other ticket?
No, I didn't buy her ticket. She was going to buy her own
okay.
shit.
Brandon's like, I bought my own, so I had to go.
Yeah, because like we weren't dating or anything at the time. It was kind of.
Did
just
you
a
want to
shitty
date her, Brandon?
situation. A little bit.
And that ruined it.
Moving on.
Moving on.
So we got to prom. Dude, I wish our prom was this small.
Same, dude.
A few
I
years
wish that
ago,
they played the same fucking songs
Dude,
that they
same.
did at this prom.
a few
Fucking-
years ago, I was
they
at like a
bumping.
Sprint store, and the girl who was, getting me my new phone, she's like, "Yeah, I'm from Louisiana. I had 10 people in my senior class." I was like, "God damn!"
Wow.
And I was like, "I'm going to be a senior next year. There's going to be like 400 of us."
How many of those were related?
They're all cousins and shit.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, like our prom, they just played trap rap, which is not a bad genre.
No,
But
that's not my kind of
how
They
you
played
supposed to-
Poison.
How you supposed to vibe with your girl?
Yeah, how you
with
supposed
that
to
shit?
dance with your woman? Or
Listen,
like,
you don't
she's
even
just
really, you don't even really
dancing
dance. They're
vibe.
just fucking throwing it back
Yeah,
the
they're
whole
just
time.
throwing their ass back on your shit, But like,
I don't even think Krista and I danced at all.
Yeah,
I didn't go to any
you
of
would
our
think
proms.
that they would play like a couple of slow songs towards the
They
end.
didn't play a single one, huh?
No.
you
Was
can-
Poison the slowest song they played?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. There was Poison in that Candy Girl
We
song.
did. Brandon and I did go up there and break it down for Poison. Though,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because as soon as we heard it, I was like, "Damn, they brought out Poison." Because it was all like Drake and like
Not Poison the band.
Lil
Poison
Yachty.
by Belle Biv.
Belle Biv DeVoe,
Yeah.
Poison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we were out there bumping. But
that was pretty good.
like Brandon said, the soundtrack for this prom is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
Everybody's
definitely
fucking bumping.
once the prom starts, that's where shit starts kicking off. And
The
it gets
last
pretty
fucking
good.
20 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
goddamn,
Pretty
that's
much,
when it
yeah.
fucking bumps off. So everybody's meeting up at the prom. Everybody's kind of talking. Kelly is getting it on.
Well, she said, "I'm gonna let my boy score."
Yep, and she's
But
very.
it's very awkward.
She's very. She keeps telling him no. Pretty
Well,
much.
these are back in the
Yeah,
days where this is at the
moving.
high school, not like a fucking hotel or
Yeah,
anything.
they're straight up.
Yeah.
They're just in the locker room somewhere, fucking getting it on.
They're,
Yeah.
somewhere in the school, basically.
And her boyfriend gets pissed off because he can't get his rocks off, so he straight up leaves her ass there.
She's like half naked. And
Yeah,
shit,
half
too.
naked and everything.
She probably needs help putting
Uh,
her dress back on.
Yeah.
The disrespect. This
He's like,
fucking
"I'm gonna
douchebag
go
Listen, gentlemen,
bitch."
if your lady ever needs help putting a dress back on, you don't leave her.
Also, you don't get pissed off when she tells you no.
That's
Well,
correct.
like that was like the
Fucking
thing.
hell.
He was like, "If you're not gonna give me it, somebody's going to." There's plenty
Yeah.
of people that do.
Yeah.
I was like, at first, I was like, bullshit. I was like, "You're average at best." And then he goes,
You're average at best.
and then he goes back in the dance room and he fucking just whispers in a random girl's ear, and she goes with him. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
That
apparently
easy.
he is hot shit." I guess.
And now Kelly gets killed.
Yep.
The
Because
killer.
this asshole couldn't take the bullet.
That's
for
the
him.
axe left in the countertop kill.
No,
right?
no.
Oh.
This is the glass shard.
Oh,
Mirror
yeah.
shard.
You don't see him slit her throat, but he slits her throat.
Yeah.
Her throat gone.
Yeah.
Which this is probably like the cleanest kill because okay, so for me, like this movie, to me, like the killer is very goofy.
Yeah,
But
he's
he
he's
gets
a klutz.
this one pretty
Yuck.
clean.
Yeah, like I think this is the kill. I think he like
He didn't
thought
have to
out the
work
most.
Very, for,
Yeah.
very much for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he slits her throat and she's dead. I mean, did she deserve it?
A little.
Yes and no.
You could say. I mean, I think that she improved as a person.
Did she
but
have
still,
premarital sex? Yes. Does she deserve to die? Perhaps.
Yes, she deserves to die, and I hope she
She
burns
burns
in
in
hell.
hell.
I wouldn't
No,
say.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that she deserves to die.
Her boyfriend, however,
Yeah, her boyfriend should have gotten rocked, but
Get
I
that
don't know
motherfucker.
about Kelly. Like
She
Kelly
deserves to get a fat lip at best.
Yeah,
just punches her in the
How about
face.
we'll just run her over with a car, and if she survives, that's her penance. She can't walk straight for the rest
You know,
of her
yeah,
life.
her C10 vertebrae is fucking broken, but you know what? She'll be okay.
I get it, but I don't get it. And I'll
Like,
explain towards the end.
Everybody except for Wendy, like they've all improved as people, but they still have the secret.
yeah,
you know. They're all not dickheads anymore, except for Wendy. Wendy's a dickhead. She's a hot dickhead, but
Just a hot ticket.
So now we cut. Wendy is flirting with Nick again.
Part 2.
Leave him alone, bitch.
he doesn't.
He is not interested anymore.
Seriously. So he walks away from that conversation. Wendy gets shitty about it. And now we cut to Jude and Seymour are getting it on in the shaggin' wagon.
You know what? This is a win for the big boys.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's getting on with the shaggin' wagon with Jude.
I'm happy.
In like a fucking field.
Yeah.
It's just in a
Over the
field.
bluffs.
on the
you know.
quarry, or yeah, the bluffs.
The bluffs,
I mean.
on campus,
I'm happy for him. You
Yeah,
know what?
yeah.
I'm not ashamed. To say
It's short-lived, though.
Yeah. He's got to go pee.
This
You know
part fucking cracked me up.
But you know
You
what?
gotta
He
go
did.
pee.
He did the damn thing.
Did
Yeah,
the damn
so-
thing.
He had to go pee. She gets dressed and comes out.
I
They
see this
kinda-
as an absolute win.
They get, they have a little romancing. They're dancing under the moonlight and over the bluffs. They're breaking it down. But they go back into the van, and he brings out a history book that's got joints in it, and she
There's
even
like
says,
fucking 40 joints.
"Yeah." She even says, "Like, is this really the time to study?" And he opens that shit. And there's like 40 joints in there.
This man's came prepared.
Yeah.
Let me tell
He
you.
caved out his history book.
I mean, I don't blame the man. They start smoking, and everybody's just kind of vibing and relaxing. Jude really wants some more dick, but it's short-lived because the killer opens the door. She's like leaning up against the back door, and the killer opens the door of the van and just repeatedly stabs her in
He
the
doesn't
throat.
just stab her. He jumps and winds.
He's like,
he
jumps
hops
down,
up.
but
Like
he
he-
just keeps stabbing her.
He
Yeah.
says this thing every time he goes to kill somebody. He says, now. Or
Now.
something like that.
Yeah,
And I don't
he
really
sounds-
know why.
Sounds like prepubescent David Draymond.
Yeah. Like, I could be getting that wrong. Maybe he said something else. So if you know
It
what
took
he
me a
said,
second to register that joke in my head. I was like,
So if you know what he said, please tell us on or Instagram or Twitter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, tell us somewhere.
But
you know, I
he
bet it has to
says-
do with when they said killer's coming. Killer's coming now.
Bro, I love where like he kills Jude, and then Seymour goes no, and then rocks his shit.
He
with
sure
one
fucking
punch.
does. This is the point where Jenna started watching the movie with me.
Yeah,
And she was like, what the fuck is going
I mean,
on?
like Seymour hit him with that fucking thing, and he was on his ass.
He was determined to get away, but the killer keeps like hopping in and out of the fucking van, bro. Like,
Yeah, because like,
fuck?
yeah, like Slick or Seymour, whatever his name is, he keeps like trying to, first we forgot he broke his glasses because they were fucking on top of him,
yeah, yeah.
and so he can't really see all that well
Yeah.
without him.
Listen, if
He's
you don't
like
lose
Velma.
if you don't lose one thing while having sex, I don't think you're doing it right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I always lose
But-
a sock somehow.
But yeah, the killer keeps hopping in and out of the fucking van.
He keeps like putting his hands over Seymour's
And Seymour
face
keeps
and-
like
Yeah.
hitting him out of the fucking
Yeah,
van.
he's
It's like,
rocking
yeah, you
his
get him,
shit.
Seymour.
Sadly though, our boy Slick meets his demise. The van goes over the bluffs, and it blows up.
He gone, bro.
It fucking explodes.
We're gonna need dental records.
Listen, he's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
he's very, very dead.
Listen, that would have been Ben Tramer and what's her name? Laurie Strode in Halloween 2 if he didn't get hit by a fucking car, bro.
bro, and then it exploded. he combusted. So yeah, the van blows up, and now we're back to prom,
Yeah, but not for long.
but not for long. Everybody's
Yeah,
kind
like
of
the
vibing.
Music, the music at prom's like, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
It sounds like the Halloween 3 ad. Bum, 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 bum.
And we go to the bathroom. Wendy's in the bathroom trying to apply some mascara, and the door opens.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, "Hey, you got some mascara?" She asked twice, and then the lights turn
She
out.
had to ask twice.
Yeah, like when the light goes out, she's like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah,
You
and
haven't
then-
even seen who it is.
Okay, I know you guys don't use TikTok, but I was scrolling through last night. I couldn't really sleep. I woke up at like 5. And there was a video of these guys about to do shots of moonshine, and it was this guy's first time. And there's this kid in the back making a sandwich. He's like, "Hey, is this bread good?" And he walks in the front and goes, "Hey, is this bread good?" Like, he doesn't care about the alcohol. He just wants his fucking bread.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that reminded me of my
Anyway.
head. Anyway, back to the mascara, bitch.
So it's the killer, and he's got an axe this time. He goes to swing it at Wendy. It embeds itself into the counter of the sink.
Wendy runs away.
Wendy runs away. He runs after her, and then realizes, "Oh, my weapon," and goes back.
You know, this is probably the most realistic slasher movie.
That's why I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much. I think.
Like I said, he's
He's a klutz.
He's like, "Oh, yeah."
He's making all the mistakes.
clumsy motherfucker.
I wish he would have thrown it at her, though.
He's an adrenaline-filled dipshit.
He's like, "Oh shit, my axe!"
I just need I don't think we got too many POV shots in this movie.
Not really.
But I just needed one of him in that moment be like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah. So he gets the axe and he starts chasing Wendy, which is the longest fucking chase scene in
It's like 3
I've
minutes.
ever seen. It's fucking ridiculously long. She's running away. She hides out.
Like,
in
this
the
woman is in
chemistry lab.
heels. How fast can she be?
I mean,
She's a track star.
Yeah.
listen, when you're that hot, who cares? So she hides in the science lab and she loses the killer a little bit.
Just for a second.
But she's backing up into the next room, and she knocks over the damn diagram of the human body and shatters it and screams because it scares the shit out of her. And so the killer finds her again and chases her even more. She hides in the janitor's closet.
Yes.
Oh, no. She's in the gymnasium and is getting chased in the fucking gymnasium. She falls over, and the killer's coming for her. And she gets up and hits him with a fucking broom. And he goes, oof! Killer sound. She goes to the automotive shop next, or does she go to the
It's the
closet?
automotive shop.
Yeah.
you know.
So she runs into, which for one, I wish our high school had one of those when we were going.
Well,
The automotive thing,
yeah.
the shop.
Well, when my girlfriend's dad went, they did. That's where he learned how to work on cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hides in a car, and then he comes in, because there's like 4 or 5 cars in there.
And he finds her in the very nice blue one.
Yeah.
And shatters the window with the axe, and she runs away.
He
again.
stone colds that fucking window.
I think actually this is where she hits him with the broom.
Yeah,
Fucking
she hits
knocks
him with the
window-
broom,
yeah.
and he gets knocked down.
He fucking oof.
Yeah.
So it's like generally, like, this movie's okay, but this killer kind of makes it worth it.
Yeah,
because
like-
it's entertaining seeing him get his ass kind of beat. In a way.
So she runs into the janitor's closet now, and she's hiding. She's very scared. We see the outline of a person behind her, and we think it's the janitor,
Yeah.
but it's actually Kelly's dead body.
Yeah.
And she gets spooked by the dead body and goes out into the hallway where the killer is, and the killer kills her. We don't know how. She's just dead.
Yeah, because it cuts to like a scene in the prom again.
Yeah. And it's like, then we cut back to the fucking police again. And they're like, we found out he left town. Found the car ditched somewhere. And they're like, well, we did our job, boys. Call it a night. See y'all tomorrow.
See you at the diner, boys.
Wasn't it
Let's
that
wrap
they-
it up.
Wasn't it that they got him? Was that
No,
what
it was that they got him. Yeah, they found the
Yeah.
car and they arrested him.
Okay, good. We can
Ladies
move on
and
from that
gentlemen,
stupid
yeah,
shit
We
now.
got him.
Straight up. So now, and people were wondering where Kim's dad is, so they kind of set up that little last-minute red herring.
Yeah,
like,
where you think that it's going to be Leslie Nielsen.
yeah, and it's like, no, you can't do that
No.
towards the end of the movie.
The
I'm
killer
sorry.
is like small and skinny, and
We find out what Lou's been planning this entire time. He's going to kidnap Nick, beat the shit out of him, and then wear the crown for prom king, because it's that time.
yeah,
For the crowning of prom king and queen. So they do. They tie him up, beat the shit out of him, and Lou puts the crown on, is about to walk out there. But our killer shows up and fucking decapitates him.
it's the best kill in the movie.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
His head rolls onto the stage.
Yeah.
And like there's all like these flashing lights, and it takes the people a second to see what's going on, because
Yeah.
when the killer swings his axe, he knocks the fucking
Yeah, he
electricity
cuts-
all wacky.
Yeah, he fucks up some electrical shit. Gets electrocuted himself
Yeah.
and goes flying back.
So stupid.
All I get a picture is
Awesome. Yeah!
I'm
like,
surprised we didn't see his skeleton or something.
yeah, I was getting ready to say it would have been like it would have been out of place to like see like his axe like embedded into like the power box or something. You see like his skeleton as he's getting electrocuted.
So yeah, like when the lights come back on, all the people are like,
yeah, let's see Lou's dead body, which like the neck gore of like his head sitting on the stage. That gore looks really good.
yeah.
Looks really really good. So everybody's freaking out. Kim finds Nick and backstage, and she unties him, and they're getting the fuck up out of there. And as they are leaving, killer shows up and is like, "Stop right where you are, criminal scum," and starts getting into it with Nick. Has no interest in killing Kim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Just
you
Nick.
should probably know who the killer is by now.
Bum, bum, bum.
So they start wrestling on the ground a little bit, and Nick manages to get the axe out of the killer's hand. Kim goes for it and hits him with it,
Yeah.
over the head with it. And it's at this moment that Kim realizes who the killer is, because he sits up and he's groaning and he's grabbing at his head, and she looks into his eyes, and
Yeah.
she even mouths, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And as the killer is walking out, he's running away. He wanders out into the front of the building where the cops have now shown up and everybody's gathered around, and we kind of are getting flashbacks to the beginning.
Cow.
Yeah, with Robin's death, and it turns out the killer is Kim's brother Alex.
Yeah.
bum, bum.
Takes the mask off. We forgot to mention he's wearing like this like glittery ski mask, which looks
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But like the rest of his clothes are like he's wearing black gloves,
Yeah, black turtleneck.
yeah, black jeans.
Pants, yeah. And when she's taking his mask off, he's all like, "Robin!"
Yeah,
You know.
which like it's sad, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's really sad.
It is.
Like, you don't hate this guy for what he's doing, but at the same time,
Like you feel for him.
Yeah.
Like he's not like a mindless killer. Like he's killing
No.
these people
he's
because
not. He's
they
not crazy,
killed his sister.
So he's going on a killing rampage.
He said, yes, they
kinda-
deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
I like the ending of this movie where like Kim's kind of holding Alex and like kind of like comforting him.
Mhm.
I really like that, and you kind of you feel for Alex. You know, you
feel for all of them.
Yeah,
but-
really.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the end of the movie.
that's Prom Night from 1980.
All right. I'll rate it first because I feel like I kind of have a little bit of shit to say. So I don't hate this movie. I don't love it either. I just think that, in my personal opinion, when it comes to 80s slashers, like this one's like one of the most mediocre ones I've ever seen in my life.
Still pivotal, I think, in the slasher movement.
Like you could tell it inspired shit like Scream and fucking, list goes on and on.
Yeah.
But God, like the whole like first and second act in this movie is like so slow and somewhat kind of boring.
Yeah.
But
Like, it doesn't really kick off till the last 20 minutes.
Once Prom starts and, the kills start coming in, you get to see the fucking killer, running around like a fucking chicken with his head cut off and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It does pick up. I like the music. I like the prom setting. I like all the 80s clothes and shit.
Right.
I'm going 6 out of 10.
You know what? I agree with you. Everything you said, yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Mine's a little higher. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really like this movie. I mean,
It's
like, I get
definitely
it.
underrated as fuck.
Yeah, I
you
agree.
know?
I don't know. I like there's a lot of things in this movie I like. Jamie Lee Curtis is one.
Yeah.
I like
Leslie
the sibling.
Nielsen.
Yeah, the sibling dynamic with Alex and Kim I think's good. I like just the simple design of the killer.
Yeah.
I do
don't
like
know.
the simple, more human killers in my slashers, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love fucking Jason, Freddy, and Michael,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. There's something that's like even more scary when it's just a guy or a
Yeah,
girl or
like,
something.
yeah.
You know.
That's just me though. I think it's just Canadian slashers I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not really a slasher fan, but I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, 8.5.
But like I said, like it's definitely underrated and it deserves to be talked about. But I don't think it deserves to be talked about on the level as like Freddy, Jason, and Michael. You know what I'm saying?
I think at least on the same level as My Bloody Valentine. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
like-
doesn't even get talked
like
about like in that
B-tier-
sense.
B-tier slasher movies, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
where it's got a cult following, and in a way it could be bigger.
Like it's got a seat at the table, like not the main table, but like the table they push together to
Right.
make a bigger table.
It's the kid table.
'Cause
It is
when
not
we-
the kid table.
When we reviewed Intruder, so that movie's really underrated. I would say that that's like C tier. Like I don't think that we'd ever really get to a point where Intruder is being talked about like Friday the 13th or anything.
Yeah,
It's just probably never going to happen.
nah,
It's unfortunate because I love that movie.
it's a gem though.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite slashers, but that's just how it is. It's got a cult following, so that's good enough,
Yeah,
you know. So yeah.
Prom Night.
1980.
Prom night. That's what the song was.
Yeah,
Before we move on, before y'all tell us what we watched, all I watched this week was Shameless.
nice,
I restarted it. I'm like halfway through the first season.
nice.
Yeah.
Brandon, what'd you watch?
So I watched a few things. Haven't really. Well, I've still been watching lots of wrestling. and
The
shit, but,
WWE, brother.
I got to watch Godzilla vs Kong.
What'd you
Very
think?
good. Probably the best one as of right. Well, I will say that I think that Kong Skull Island's probably my favorite.
Okay.
But because I just saw Godzilla vs Kong, I'm like, oh fuck.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really,
I
really
really
good.
liked what they did with that one.
Yeah.
Best CGI.
it. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands
There's
down.
not like Marvel could make, the biggest budgeted movie in the world, and I would guarantee that it probably wouldn't look as good as Godzilla
No,
vs
'cause
Kong.
it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. But I watched Hatchet 1 and 2. I've been having a lot of fun with that. And I'm gonna be finishing the franchise or quadrilogy or whatever you want to call it. And we've actually been talking about kind of reviewing that here soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't officially know when we're gonna do it, but I
it's
hope
on
we
the
do
board.
it soon
At
because
some
it's
point.
really fun. So yeah, I mean that's basically all I've watched.
Still on the Buffy train. That's about it. I'm on season 6 now.
Close. You close to the end.
Yep, episode.
Is
2.
it season 6 or season 7 that they have the musical episode? Season 7, right?
Don't know.
There's a musical episode towards the end of the series. That's all I know.
Hmm.
It's pretty funny too because it's like a spell gets cast or some shit.
Yeah.
This is like what I mainly remember about Buffy, and I don't remember a lot. I need to rewatch it again. But the fucking Smiler zombie guys, like the which Doug Jones actually played.
Season 4, I think.
Them guys, they have like silver teeth and shit. Them guys scared the shit out
They're
of me.
pretty
when I was
terrifying.
younger.
Their whole story is pretty scary.
Yeah.
That whole episode is like silent.
The vampires in that show are pretty fucking terrifying too.
They're all right looking. Some of the demons and stuff look cool though.
I mean, for the
They
90s,
come
they're
up
scary.
Yeah.
with like a fucking wide smile, and you're like,
Yeah. Essentially, yes.
I don't even remember what they're called.
I can't remember what they're called either.
I
but
think
they
they're
like
called like Smiling Men or something
they
like that.
steal all the sound from Sunnydale, and
They're
they,
not happy people.
Yeah, and they take the hearts from people. They like
Yeah.
surgically steal people's hearts.
Yeah. I miss that show.
I
need
wish
to get
Buffy
into it
lasted
again.
long enough to have a supernatural crossover.
Perhaps.
I think people would have dug that a lot.
Perhaps. Probably would have
I
been the
mean,
only
yeah.
episode of Supernatural I ever watched.
I need to finish that show now.
Might
that
check
it's
it out
over.
eventually.
It's really good.
I've heard it's good.
Towards the middle seasons, it kind of gets repetitive because they start the apocalypse like fucking 5 times. But it's a pretty decent show. Like it's
Yeah.
got some pretty good hits in the
Yeah.
episodes. That it? We done?
I think that's it.
All right, everybody. If you enjoyed this week's episode, I hope you come back next week. And if you can, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'd appreciate it. I will be in Chicago this week at Days of the Dead Chicago with Slash and Cast and their crew. If you see me, say hi. I'm very nice. I won't bite.
No, he's not.
He's about 6 foot tall. He's got like a mustache. Well,
I look
be
like
wearing a
Farver
mask.
from Super Troopers. That's all you need to know.
He'll be wearing a mask, so you might not get to see it. But
Yeah.
Hey, Farver, what's that place with all the stupid shit on the walls? Oh, you mean shenanigans? Here you go.
I want a liter of cola.
Yeah. That's the part where he jumps over the fucking counter. But yeah.
Like, a large soda. A liter of cola.
But if you guys would like to join the Slashcast Podcast Network, go to slashcast.net, find the Podcast Network tab, and the apply link is at the top. And I hope you guys check out our other shows in the network as well. There's so many amazing ones. And if this show's not for you, I guarantee there is one in the network.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We love you. We'll talk at you next week. Bye.
Sayonara.
Bye.